Special thanks to Pom Pom Enthusiast for providing us with today's MSM draw. Submit a prompt with the hashtag MSM draw in this video for a chance for it to be drawn in the next one. Alright class, settle down. Let's begin today's lesson of what's in a name. The two monsters that we'll be examining today are the Noggin and the Gloptic. The Noggin gets its name from the word noggin, which is slang for your head or your skull, the area which the noggin taps to make its sound. Its first name, Argus, has three possible meanings. The first one is from the Greek figure Argus, who was killed with a rock to his head. So there's some correlation there. It also comes from the word argillite, which is a type of mineral, and also the Argus Mountains in California. Boreas has some interesting connotations as well. Boreas is the name of the Greek north wind god, who threw someone off a cliff. So another reference to rocks, I suppose. It also comes from the mineral borolonite and the near-Earth asteroid called Boreas. Cephas has a biblical origin. In the Bible, Peter was named Cephas in Latin, which means rock. Chuck means to tap lightly, something the noggin does to the top of its head, and chunk references a thick, solid piece of something, like rock. Eben comes from the name Ebenezer, which means stone of help. And granite is a combination of both granite and rock. Handy references the fact that the noggin has hands, and headdrum is a combination of the words head and drum, and also the fact that he drum. Narms is a combination of the word no arms, and numbskull means both a stupid person and also what the noggin gets after tapping his head all day. Rourke is a combination of roar, rock, and is also the old Celtic word for rock. Rachmaninoff is a reference to Sergei Rachmaninoff, who is a Russian composer who coincidentally wrote a poem called The Rock. Rubble is just rubble, which is a bunch of tiny rocks. Schlap is probably a combination of slap and schlep, which means to haul awkwardly, something that the noggin does when it walks around, I suppose. And tonget could be a combination of tongs, ingot, and tone, which is the pitch and quality of a note. And finally, Wilma is a reference to Wilma Flintstone, a character in an old cartoon. So in the end, we can see that a lot of the noggin's names are based off of rocks. Go figure. Now we can move on to Gloptic, whose name is a combination of the words glop and optic. Optic is a word that relates to eyeballs. The first name, Dulcimer, is a combination of the word dulcimer and slime. Dulcimer is a type of stringed instrument, not dissimilar to the one that the Gloptic plays. Glarp is glop and harp, another stringed instrument, and Goopert is goo, goop, and also Rupert, a common name. Hypnooze has three meanings. It's a combination of hypno, because the Gloptic hypnotizes other monsters, ooze, word for slime, and also snooze, a possible side effect of hypnotism. Mucus is both mucus and maybe even ukulele, but if I would have chosen the name for the Gloptic, I would have called it mukulele. Noodle is noodle, I suppose just because it's a bunch of tentacles and they're all long. Oculier is derived from ocular, a word based on eyeballs, lyre, another type of stringed instrument, and possibly octopus, referencing all the tentacles of the monster. Slither comes from slither and also zither, yet another stringed instrument. Strummock comes from strum and muck. And finally, tentapool, tentacle and pool. Many of the Gloptic's names are simply references to its noodle-like nature and stringed instrument. Well, there's the bell, so that means class is dismissed. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.